Hello friends, this is Coldrun, back with Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. I'm here with my Allegan Melon and my companion Pigeon, and we're ready to continue with the main story quest, talking to Nidhana here. A boy's errand. Little does Nidhana know that she is about to send you on another errand. Okay. Getting a little bit, I don't know, foretelling the future. I guess all quest text foretells the future in that way. Nidhana, if you will excuse me, I shall return to my work on the talisman. Varshan, you are both back. Excellent. The sketchy kid, who may be totally fine. I really don't know. I have a message for you, Mistress Nidhana. It would seem the stores of giantsgall are running low. Nidhana, what? But when last I looked, there was still plenty. Varshan, I suspect that was before Urianger told everyone about their tempering cure, and Justinian shared his knowledge of dragons. Your peers have since been inspired to fashion a number of new talisman prototypes. Nidhana, I see. Well, if it leads to new possibilities, then far be it from me to complain, but we will need to replenish our stores. Varshan, I should be happy to tend to this if you like. Nidhana, as much as I appreciate the offer, my dear boy, I can't in good conscience send you out there alone, while kidnappers are at large. I don't think they're looking for him, but maybe they are. I thought they were just looking for Matanga. Kukushu, loath though I am to press another task on you so soon, might I ask you to fetch the giantsgall? In case you're not familiar, it's a type of ore found on the island. Owing to its hardness and ethereal conductivity, it has many applications in many disciplines, alchemy not least of all. The quarry where it is found, aptly named Giantsgall Grounds, isn't far away, so it shouldn't take much of your time. May we impose on you once more? You may indeed. The little fan of fanning my own neck. That means yes in Kukushish. Nidhana, thank you. Upon arriving at the grounds, please seek out a man named Zenuha. He will furnish you with the ore. Varshan, at the very least, permit me to accompany you. It so happens I have an errand of my own. That will take me to the outpost nearby. I can't help but thinking this kid is going to do something sinister. Varshan, may we borrow a pair of Hamsa, Mistress Nidhana? Why are we borrowing Hamsa? Hamsa are like the chickens. Nidhana, by all means, do try to be patient with them. Those that survived are still in training. Varshan, I will bring the Hamsa to the entrance. Meet me there when you are ready. Okay, I guess we're riding a pair of Hamsa to... I guess chocobos are really just chickens. I guess we're riding a pair of Hamsa over to get some more. I mean, luckily we're both Lalafels. I think if I were a Rogaden, this would be a more challenging ride. Varshan, here are our Hamsa, Kukushu. If the creatures look familiar, it's because they are close kin to your Eorzean dodos. There's some bizarre-looking birds. Hamsa have long been kept as livestock in Thavnair, and many a hatchery may be found here. Alas, the largest of these was recently raised by monsters from the tower. On account of said hatchery being situated near the tower, the Radiant Host repurposed its remnants as an outpost. That is where my errand takes me, and your own destination is but a stone's throw away. If you have no objections, let us first make for the outpost. We set forth at your word. Okay, let's mosey it. Wait, am I ready? Hold on, am I ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Okay. Then let us depart. You need only ride and relax. My bird and I will take the lead for yours to follow. Yeah, this would be much more challenging if I were a Rogaden. Let us be off. If you haven't ridden dodos before, be warned. They have a wobbling gait. I don't mind it here. Sometimes I mind it. I think the Ahriman used to have an especially... the Ahriman mount used to have an especially nauseating wobbling gait, but I think that was the way the camera worked with it. That spectacular formation stretching out over the water is... oh gosh, it's going really quickly. Is called Khadga, a word which means sword. Word which means sword, yeah. The sword, legend holds, was wielded by the Manusia against the Murga before it was cast down at conflict's end. To the left, and requiring no introduction, is the tower, As you can see, it straddles a small isle. Yeah, I guess the island was just empty before, or maybe it just crushed whatever was underneath it. I don't know how randomly those things were placed. Almost there, though the main part of the hatchery is atop the cliff, the outpost itself is on the beach. Is that the fisherman quest over there? Yeah, the little Naka that could. God, we're getting really close to it, aren't we? So that's the sword over there. I mean, not an actual sword, but that's the sword ledge. Good birdos. You will not become nuggets today. I like that feather, was that the ponytail or was that a feather headdress? I think it was a feather headdress of some kind. Varshan. And here we are, manned by the Radiant Host. This outpost is our first line of defense against the tower. Serious Gakushu face. Yeah, it's right there. It's pulsing its weird ethereal energies. Nabdeen. Well, well, who should it be but young Varshan, out on an errand for the satrap? Varshan. I am. His Excellency bade me to come collect your report. He also wished to express his heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women of the Radiant Host for their unflagging dedication. Nabdeen. We simply did our duty, but we are honored to receive His Excellency's regard. And yet, for his boundless benevolence, his treatment of one so young could be regarded as callous. Though we have enjoyed relative peace and calm these past few days, this remains the front line of battle, no place for children. That's a good point. This, yeah, he's kind of young to be just kind of wandering about, which makes me even more suspicious. Nabdeen, your predecessor all too often traveled alone. It's been, what, 2 years now since you took over? I wonder how the fellow is faring. He's probably dead. Varshan, like those before him, he went on to represent the satrap in foreign lands. Yeah, this is like, I think this is Varshan's way of saying, like, he went to represent the satrap at a nice farm upstate to play with other former delegates. Wherever he may be now, I am certain he is well. Yeah, more like buried and well. As for myself, I assure you that all I do of my own volition, and gladly I pray you do not think ill of His Excellency. Nabdeen, certainly not, lad. Whatever happens, my faith in the satrap is unwavering, but still I worry for you. We would be overcome with sadness if something were to befall you, for you are as a little brother to us all. Take care, do you hear? Varshan, I will, Nabdeen. Thank you. I will spare you when I come to eat everyone else. Nabdeen, and who might this be? Not Hanash by the look of her. Varshan, permit me to introduce Gakushu Kushu of the Eorzean contingent, come to assist in the making of the talisman. Nabdeen, from Eorzea you say? Towers, from Eorzea you say? I'm more enthusiastic. Towers have appeared over there too, yes? Tell me, what's the situation like? Varshan, may I suggest that you exchange information with our soldiers? Both parties would stand to learn something of value, I believe. Nabdeen, an excellent idea. Given the unprecedented nature of the threat, some of ours are understandably anxious. We would be glad for any tidings you can share. I will share whatever tidings I have. Nabdeen, you two bring Varshan the latest report and answer any questions he may have. I like that they feel that they don't fear him. Like that they don't treat him as like having the authority of the satrap in the same way that like they're not bowing and scraping to him or anything like that. So that's certainly a mark in his favor. Okay, let's check around here a little bit. Radiant Beastkeeper. You look amazing. The last monster that came out of the tower laid waste to the hatchery, slaughtering many, my good Hamza. The poor creatures didn't deserve it. I'm glad you're taking care of them before dinner. Hamsa, this Hamsa is the fellow that carried you hither. Its breathing is somewhat ragged, perhaps due to its inexperience as a mount. Understandable. It doesn't really look like it's made for being a mount either. Varshan. All appears quiet with the tower at the moment. I dare say the soldiers won't mind if you approach them. Okay. We'll start with Nabdeen here. It occurs to me I have yet to properly introduce our company. We are the Radiant Host, a military order under the Satrap's command. Our duty? To preserve peace in the land, be it patrolling the streets or dealing with heretofore unknown threats such as now. We train hard and admit only capable warriors to our ranks. Even so, we've struggled to contend with fiends from the tower. Though we succeeded in striking them down on the 2 occasions they came in force, we had to pay a heavy price. What are the towers in Eorzea? Do they likewise spawn monsters? They kind of do. So it's much the same everywhere. With every nation struggling, we cannot expect calls for outside aid to be answered. Especially not if Charlian has anything to say about it. My thanks not only for the information, but for accompanying Varshan besides. While he's wise beyond his years, he's still a child. We couldn't bear to see him come to harm. Yeah, that's what you say now. Is this Mitanga? Should you need anything at all, say the word and it'll be yours. Okay. Let's talk to Kutiyu. Hey, Jen. Sorry, my cat's being a cat, aren't you, buddy? Okay. You wish to know about the tower? To be honest, we know little and less about it ourselves. This Tower of Zot, as folks have taken to calling it, suddenly appeared where it did on the Isle of Naraner. We're safe from its influence at this distance, but go too far into the water and you'll expose yourself to its corrupting ether. You're a foreigner, aren't you? How are they dealing with the tower in your homeland? Ah, our struggles are not unique. Then our hopes still lie with the talismans. No magical answer on this front yet. We must keep the monsters contained until they are ready. Alright, Imhudi. Ah, I've heard about you. The visitor from Eorzea. Is there anything you can tell us about the Talaferoi? We know they're the ones behind this tower and that they've declared war on the whole world, but why are they doing this? What is it they want? This we do not understand. Yeah, me neither. Not exactly, anyway. What? They want to die and take everyone with them? What madness is this? I really don't think that's just it. Well, you can bet that we won't let those bastards have their way. We'll fight them with everything we have, like our Eorzean and Far Eastern brothers. Spirited, very spirited. Those demented fools, if they want to go to hell, they can bloody well arrange their own passage. Leave the rest of us out of it. Well said. Let's check in with Kutia once more. Also, the tower looks very, spiny. It looks like Void Archy. And part of this is also, I know from the trailer, that thing that Fandaniel was, taking the elevator up in was also looked very Void Archy. When the tower first appeared, we sent scouts on a boat to investigate, but it quickly became apparent something was amiss. One after another, our comrades were corrupted. We could only look on in horror as they slew each other. What's this player's name? Dob Whiskers. Oh my god, that's a great player name. Check out Dob Whiskers here. It's a dapper cat. Varshan. Finished speaking with the soldiers, have you? I hope it was as enlightening for you as it was for them. As a neutral nation and trading hub both, Razat Han ordinarily receives a steady stream of news from abroad. Alas, this stream dried up when trading vessels stopped coming. Amidst the dearth of information, everyone will have been grateful for your account. But come, you had best see to your original errand, as mine will keep me here a while longer, probably poisoning and killing everyone. However, I am afraid I cannot guide you to the rest of the way. Worry not, the path is straightforward. You need but follow the road east. Upon the Hamsa, you will arrive before you know it. Brief though it was, I enjoyed our time together, till we meet again. I'm keeping my eye on you, Varshan. I'm hiding behind this guard. Alright, let's hop a Hamsa. Though the Hamsa appears to want to return home, it reluctantly offers you its back. Thank you, friend. Should you become separated from your steed, speak. Okay. Let's mount it. Look at this little guy. Bounce. Bounce. We've arrived at the giantsgall grounds. Again, I've been keeping an eye out for what's it called? For sightseeing points. I've just really seen nothing in this zone so far. I'm sure they're there, I'm just missing them. No sooner do you arrive at your destination than the Hamsa dashes off. See you, Hamsa. Thank you for your help, though. Ketanor. Triple Triad challenge. Oh, you're on a break. Okay. I would love nothing more than to take a break. Alas, duty calls, and she's a cruel mistress. Come back when I can spare a moment. God, Snow, I need something to look forward to. Okay. Afaraz. Something tells me you're not here to buy giantsgall. Pity. What is it then? Who are you? I am a stonemason here at this quarry, just like my father before me. It's dangerous work, but I take pride in providing Thavnair with the quality giantsgall we're famed for. And what is this place? As you've like as not gathered, this is where we quarry giantsgall. It's sturdy and conducts ether like no other stone, so it makes for fine armor and weapons. I'd direct you to the Hamsa hatchery for livelier sightseeing fare, but those nightmares from the town have destroyed it. It's only a matter of time before the same happens here like as not. Yeah, you're doing your best. Zenuha. Aye, this is indeed the giantsgall grounds, and I am Zenuha. Is there something you require? Giantsgall for the alchemists, you say, but of course they shall have it. They labor tirelessly to deal with the tower, and 'tis the least we can do to provide them with the materials they need. Thank you. Bum, 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 bum. And before we progress, we got the chance of the new triple Triad card. Let's check with Ketanor on this. No one can be angry with me if it's only a short break. Come on, let's play a round. That's the spirit. Oh, I like that you could see the cards in their hand. Can you always do that? Maybe you could. I just never noticed until now. That's awesome. Okay, we got one card on the list. Hey, we got the card. A Pasaka card. And I got it without getting... Oh, what did you say? Well, that didn't go to plan, which is the story of my life, come to think of it. Oh, I'm sorry, friend. I hope your days get better. Yeah, that was not too bad. I didn't get samed even once. Pasaka, a vicious Thavnarian scalekin with plating as strong as steel, claws as sharp as swords, and a tongue as long and lacerating as a whip. That's right, it does use its tongue in attacks, doesn't it? Or like it seems like it has a headbutt animation or something. Its savagery is such that it rarely hesitates to attack even armed travelers. Little wonder then that local legends cast it as a fierce demon. Does it have a quote? No, it doesn't. Hey, it says where you can acquire them? I never noticed that before. So like, if I want to check out where this is from, random result from purchase silver Triad card, bronze Triad card, central shroud. I had no idea. This is really cool. I didn't know that it told you this. I thought you had to look outside the game. I love that. Does it do the same thing with minions? For minion. No, I guess not. Okay. Not only do I see an ether current, I see a new fate. Sajabat. Who are you? With all the suffering in the land, our people grow weary and weak, no? And so I would fashion a lovely perfume, a healing fragrance, to soothe both the body and mind, my own secret recipe. But alas, I lack the most vital ingredient, a particularly sweet-smelling flower known as the Fihara blossom. grows in abundance here, but in areas where nasty and vicious living trees are wont to roam. Might you go pick up some blossoms in my stead? Absolutely. Oh, how kind you are. You may harvest them straight from the ground or pluck them from the bodies of those saplings you see. Of course, you'd have to fell them first, and that might prove tricky. Not for me. Not for a warrior of light like yours truly. Done. Oh, what a lovely scent. Thank you. What a wondrous perfume I will be able to fashion now. Good. Good, good, good. Alright, Zenuha. Tipping the scale. Zenuha has a sack of giantsgall for you. Here you are, a sack of the purest giantsgall. We always set aside some for our alchemist friends. I'm probably mixing up all my voices, but I don't know. Anyway, when you deliver it, let the good folk of the Great Work know that we're grateful for their efforts. If they need more, they need but ask. Okay. I was on my way back when I found a fate named after one of my favorite anime, Full Petal Alchemist, Risky Return. On the way home from picking flowers, the alchemist Sajabat was accosted by friends lured by the sweet smell of the blossoms, fend off the vicious Rasayana so that the woman might return home in peace. We'll save you. We'll save you, Sajabat. Where is Sajabat? I don't see her. Maybe she's just waiting on the outskirts. What are these monsters? Where'd you go? Yeah, you're like birdos. You're like birdos with flowery wings, like almost like petals for wings. I like the kind of much more rounded at the end than I'm used to seeing. Almost like a bad draw, like a kid drawing fingers for the first time. Whew! This flower appears to be undamaged. Nice job. And yes, this flower's safe as well. I have them all. Now to return and whip up the realm's most lovely perfume. Happy we were able to help. So, I'm back here at the Great Work, and a whole burst of other side quests have popped up, so I'm excited to check those out, too. Nidhana. Ah, welcome back, Kushu. Dare I hope you have the giantsgall? You dare hope. Sack of giantsgall, a hempen sack filled to the brim with chunks of the purest giantsgall. Pop that right in your paw. Do elephants have paws or hooves? Hooves, right? I guess these are not elephant hooves, though. Oh my, such fine specimens. Thank you for bringing these. We now have everything we need to make our next prototype, one that should be capable of passing our most rigorous tests. When it is ready, it will be time for the true test, so please take your ease while you can. This seems like a really nice place to take your ease. Pleasant waters. I don't know how hot it is, but hopefully it's not too hot. Loading up the boats. Yeah, just a nice scene. We haven't really seen the effects of the Tower of Zot beyond the financial impact and... I don't know, the financial impact in a couple of those kidnapping attempts.
Have allowed you a moment's respite as well.
They have, Thancred.
You have to hand it to these alchemists. They are determined to see this endeavor of theirs succeed. I've never been one for blind optimism, but I sincerely get the sense they're close to a breakthrough.
So do I. They seem extremely competent and hardworking and diligent. And like they have the financial resources to make it happen.
They had better be, or all this effort was for naught.
Grumpy pants.
The peoples of Eorzea, of the Far East, of Thancred, children of this star united in common cause against a dire threat.
Yeah.
Yet ere they succumbed to suicidal madness, were not the Telophoroi born of her body as were we?
I mean, technically.
They who cling to life and the promise of the morrow's dawn, against they who desire death and an ending of their own orchestration.
I mean, an ending of their own orchestration doesn't require all of this. I really think there's something else happening with them.
The victors of this war alone will hold the right to answer the question of existence, of its meaning, and its worth.
Boy, do I disagree with that. Even if the Telophoroi win through sheer force, it doesn't mean that they've been the ones to successfully answer the question of existence's worth and meaning. It just means they had more fire. More firepower.
Poetic and ominous to a fault. That said, if it's an existential debate in nature, then our arguments might not be as persuasive as you'd think. Fandaniel wants to die and take everyone with him in an orgy of pain and suffering. An utterly vile and unforgivable idea. And yet, when spat upon by fate and wailing in the deepest pit of despair, who among us can say they have not entertained similar thoughts?
Very fair.
There are nights black as pitch, bereft of hope, and no words of comfort can reach you. And it's all you can do to grit your teeth and choke back the bile.
I've definitely been there.
The more you see and suffer life's injustices, the more difficult they become to bear.
I'll say I've been there in like a first world problems kind of way, at least.
Vengeance is nurtured in similar soil. Though your anger has a broader focus, the sentiment is much the same. A fervent desire to destroy others, to see them drown in torment, as you have.
That about sums it up. The will to endure is not always as strong as the urge to burn it all down and salt the earth. Survival be damned. It's a struggle, often close and brutal.
I'm going to say I don't think it's all necessarily always that close. Like, I think that it's... I definitely see despair, but I don't think... I'd be surprised if Thancred was ever really close to being on Team Telophoroi.
Indeed. Well, I, for one, shall pray survival proveth more appealing in the end.
As will I. Besides, our chances are much improved when we've the company of others committed to the cause of life. Our vengeful dragoon here is proof of that.
It does help to have your bros. All we need is the regalia, and I think, oh shit, Fandaniel is watching our bro down. It's weird that he ran away. He didn't just poof away. He like physically ran away.
Fandaniel, are you sure? If he knows we've been working on a countermeasure.
And he 100% does.
It holds. The vessel holds. This is the one.
At long last.
Question is he going to try to like jujitsu it? Like going to try to turn it into an object of like, I don't know, something that spreads, what do you call it? Spreads like etheric corruption and tempering instead of spreading protection? I really don't know what he's going to do. I think it's unlikely that nothing is the answer. I kind of do think it's unlikely, as much as he's got some Junko in him.
Look, we have finally created a talisman strong enough to withstand our experiments. We've named it a warding scale for the time being.
Beautiful.
This in your possession, your soul should be completely shielded from corruptive ether.
So you got the 8 crystals, I guess? So there's 8 gems there, with one in the middle, and there's, yeah, that makes sense.
Afforded such protection, any one of us may approach the towers without fear. Thou hast mine admiration. 'Tis an invention of historical significance.
So do you just have one, or is this mass producible? I think it's probably mass producible.
Thank you for your kind words. But I would prefer you keep them unsaid until we test the talisman's efficacy in the field.
That's wise.
It is for the next stage of our plan that we summoned you in the first place, to accompany me to the Tower of Zot.
Oh, okay, absolutely.
Should the scale prove effective, as I very much hope it will, then you'll have little to do. But should the effect be weaker than anticipated, I must ask that you restrain me, or knock me senseless.
Oh shit, this is, I'm definitely not going to have anything, I'm not going to have nothing to do, so are we going to have to fight Tempered Nidhana? I really don't want to do that. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Oh, you needn't ask. Oh, fuck that. No, I love her. I could drown in those eyes of hers, as Matsuya put it.
We are fortunate to have you with us.
Nidhana, are you certain you wish to do this?
Oh, everyone loves Nidhana.
If
Like
others are
everyone.
to trust our creations, then we must have faith in them first. And as the senior researcher, it falls to me to lead by example.
Yeah, she's brave.
But should I fail to return, then learn what you can from this attempt and apply it to the next. Our work must continue. Is that clear?
I mean, it's morally admirable, but it's also, she's so... I get the sense that she's one of the least replaceable minds here. But, yeah, I don't know.
We'll keep an eye on the place while you're away. Assuming Fandaniel is lurking about, there's no telling what mischief he has in mind for us, or you. Be on your guard.
Hmm.
Shall we be on our way? I'll have one of the soldiers at the hatchery prepare us a boat, and we can set out from the northern shore. I'll see you there.
Okay. Trundle in peace. Oh, I'm nervous now. Ah. Speak with Nidhana. Okay. Where are we actually going? Oh, I don't want to... I'm really afraid. I'm really afraid right now. I don't want this to be the end of her. Oh, gosh. I'm afraid this is going to be like a... That Nidhana is going to be this expansion's version of... Oh, what's her name? From Amarang. What is her name? Holy shit, I feel terrible right now. Tesleen. Oh my god. Okay. I was sitting here for literally about 60 seconds. It doesn't sound like that long. It's, just a minute, but I was sitting here for about 60 seconds just trying to think of the name. It was Tesleen. Okay. I'm actually going to call it for here, because I'm worried that this is going to be like a major thing, and I'm out of time right now. And so I will call it here. Next time I will check out these side quests here, and then I will go there and hopefully protect Nidhana. Okay, thanks for watching. See you all later. Bye-bye.